Hey guys, it's Matt from Mr. Matt's Arcade. Today we're going to show you how to use my cocktail arcade cabinet. This cocktail arcade cabinet has the vertical Game Elf board, which has 412 vertical games, and about 270 of those are cocktail compatible, where the screen automatically flips for player 2. So we're going to go over to how to turn the arcade on, how to navigate the game select screen, how to start and exit a game, and then we're also going to go over the settings menu. So let's go ahead and get started. Right on the back of the cabinet, towards the bottom, there's an on-off toggle switch. This is your player 1 side. That's your player 2 side. Each side has 3 buttons and a player 1 or player 2 start button. Currently this board is set up for free play. However, it does have a working coin door if you want to set it up to take quarters. It takes a minute to boot up, and then when it boots up, it brings you right to the game select screen. And the game menu is alphabetical, and it's also separated from cocktail compatible games and non-cocktail compatible games. The first section is cocktail compatible, and to navigate, you go up or down on the joystick to go game by game, or left or right to go page by page. When you find a game you want to play, you press the player 1 start button, and that'll load the game up. Each controller has 3 buttons each, button A, B, and C. And then each side has a player start button, player 1 on this side, player 2 on the other. Once the game loads up, you press either the player 1 or player 2 start buttons. Once you die, the screen automatically flips for player 2. And when you're all done playing and want to go back to the main menu, you hold the start button. You hold the player 1 start button for about 3 seconds. And then you can either use this as a pause button or exit. Go down to exit, press the player 1 start button to confirm, and it kicks you back to the main menu. Then when you're all done playing, exit back to the main menu, and then you flick the power switch on the back. Next thing we're going to show you is how to adjust the settings. So when the game's booting up, to enter the settings menu, you wait until it says press test button to enter setup, which is right there. And then you press the little black button on the side of the game board, and that'll bring us into the settings menu. And in the settings menu, there's quite a few things you can do. You have your JAMA I/O test, and it gives you instructions on how to do each thing. This one right now is press start to enter. And in here you can go in and check and test that all your buttons and joysticks are working. If you thought you were having an issue with a button or joystick, this is a good way to test it. Press A and B to quit. And then the other things to show you are, here's the coin settings, number 7. In here you can set it to coin mode, 1 coin equals 1 credit. Or you can set it to free play, which is what it's set on right now. And then the other thing to show you is the service menu. In here, you can change a few different things. You can turn on background music. You can set a timer for how long you have to choose a game. You can set it so it'll boot up to just one single game. And the big one to show you is the system mode. So we'll change that to config/edit games. And then we'll exit out of here. Exit out of here. And when it reboots, it'll reboot into the settings menu. In here, you can edit the games list or edit the game difficulty. So we'll go to edit games list. And in here, you can show or hide the games. So you can turn them on or off one by one. You could turn them all back on with show all. You could hide all. So if you went through, if you wanted to remove a game, you go and press the hide button. And now if we saved it and turned it back on, those games would no longer be visible. That's a good way to narrow down your games list if there's games you'll just never play, or if you want it to show just your favorites. And we'll do start to save and quit. All of them are back on. Save and quit. And the other one to show you is edit game difficulty. And here you can change the difficulty and lives of a lot of the games just by scrolling through using the buttons. So right now difficulty is set at 2 for this game. 3, 4, 1. So we'll put it back on 2. And right now it's set to have 2 lives. If we use the B button, we can change the amount of lives. Now it's at 3, 5, 1, and back to 2. And if you made any changes, when you're all done, you press start to save and quit. And here you can either save your changes or just quit without saving. Then when you're all done, you go to exit. And also when you start it up in this system mode, you can change some of the dip switches for each of the games and enter service mode and that type of stuff. So here you could go through and change the dip switches if you wanted to. We'll leave everything the way it is. We will exit. And now we're going to turn it off and then back on again. So we can show you how to exit out of service menu back to normal mode. So you want to, when you restart it, you want to get back into the settings menu by pressing the test button when it tells you to. And then now we'll go back down to service, press start to enter. We'll go to system mode, C to change it back to normal play. Start to save settings. A to continue, and then you go back up to exit. Now when it starts back up, it'll be in normal play mode again, and any of your changes that you had made will take place now.